Glenn Beck went to a campaign event in Kentucky to support a guy named Matt Bevin. Matt Bevin is the Tea Party challenger to Mitch McConnell. And when you get a room full of Tea Partiers and Glenn Beck, it's guaranteed to get a little silly in there.
I will tell you, I met the guys you had speaking. Some of them I met several times. Matt Bevin I have not met. I've talked to him several times, and I had a good feeling. But I am telling you, I believe that man was called of God. These are the people we have begged for. These are the men and women that we have prayed for. These are the people, I know you're the same as me. I am down on my knees every day. God, help us. Help us, please. He is. Now we have to go and convince our friends and our neighbors. They're here. They've arrived. Don't get tired. I told you at the very beginning, what this administration tries to do to you and what the progressives on the right, let me tell you something, Mitch McConnell is as big of a danger to this country as Barack Obama is. The progressive disease is in both parties.
The progressive disease is in both parties. You know, at least when I go after conservatism, which is every day, I just call it stupid. I call it stupid, I call it ignorant, I call it dumb. I say I disagree with it. I give you facts and reasons as to why I disagree with it. The people who disagree with Beck, it's a disease. It's a disease if you don't agree with me 100%. That's how children argue, you know? It's this worldview that, well, here's what I'll do. It's a trick. They say, look, since I can't actually beat these guys in a debate, in an argument, here's what I do. I have to pretend like they're not even part of the discussion. They're not even legitimate, so that I don't have to address their arguments, because since I can't beat their arguments, I have to just dismiss them out of hand. So what do? You say, no, oh, you believe in progressivism? Well, then you're a disease. No, Beck, measles are a disease. The Ebola virus is a disease. I mean, listen to you, man. Glenn Beck, he should have been a preacher. Politics isn't for him. Politics isn't for him. Have you ever noticed with Glenn Beck, he's always talking in abstracts. It's never like, this new study was just released from University of whatever, and it says, and then he gives numbers. Never that with Glenn Beck. It's always like, the Democrats believe X, and he just makes some shit up. And conservatives believe X. It's just always abstract ideas. You know why that is? He doesn't read, he doesn't prepare for a show, he doesn't follow the news. So you have to talk in these vague ways and talk like a preacher, like what he's doing right there. He's more like a religious figure than an actual political commentator, because the guy's got his head up his ass. He doesn't know anything about politics. But listen to the rest. Yeah, the GOP is progressive. Yeah, man, both parties are progressive. Mitch McConnell is a progressive. You're right. Those guys, the Republicans, always fight endlessly to raise the minimum wage. They always fight endlessly to give, universal single-payer government-run health care. They're really in favor of that. Mitch McConnell, too, really in favor of that. They're lining up to fight global warming. They totally want to end U.S. imperialism and the 900 military bases we have around the world. In fact, I can't name a single issue that Mitch McConnell is actually conservative on. I mean, the guy is he's a left-winger, man. He's a left-winger. That's so out of bounds and so silly that I questioned whether or not to even talk about it on the show today, because it doesn't even merit a response. It's so silly. Like, anybody who follows politics, if you're on day one of following politics, you know that what he says is silly. And then how could the best of all was, Matt Bevin is sent from God. All he is a Tea Party candidate running in a primary against Mitch McConnell. That's all this guy is. A fucking Tea Party candidate. He's just a really far right-wing guy. Here's a guy who undoubtedly woke up someday in the past week or so, fucking walking around his house in his underwear, blowing farts, took a massive shit in the morning, ate some oatmeal, watched SportsCenter, jerked off, then went out and hit the campaign trail for like 2.5 hours. Came back to his house, made a microwave lunch, ate that shit in front of the TV while watching fucking Jerry Springer or some shit. A dude like anybody else in the world. Okay, Glenn, a dude who you happen to agree with on a lot of issues. Granted, but the idea that because somebody agrees with you in politics, they're sent from God. What a joke you are. See, here's the thing. Glenn Beck has the intellectual capacity of a toddler. You know, that's an argument a kid makes. In grade school, you could see that shit all the time. Oh, yeah? Well, I like to play basketball. I don't like to play football. So basketball is better. Says who? Says God. Debate over. Basketball's better. God said it. My candidate is better because God endorsed him. Who on earth can listen to this shit and then try to pretend and actually argue with people on the left like they do all the time that, oh no, our side is we face the cold hard truths.